Ladies and gentlemen, Brian Zane here at WrestleCon, and I am joined by manager extraordinaire, Ring of Honor's Prince Nana. Prince, thanks so much for taking time for this interview.
Hey, it's not a problem. You're paying me, all right? As long as you're paying me, I can do the interview. What's up, my friends?
Okay, well, you know what? This is a special edition of Getting Into the Biz, so to speak. Now, this is my segment where I talk about tips on how to get into the wrestling business. And a lot of you people have been asking me, how do I become a manager? How do I get into the business as a manager? Well, what better person to talk to than this manager right here, Prince Nana? I mean, this guy's seen it all in Ring of Honor. Now, sir, let me ask you a question. How did you begin your journey as a wrestling manager?
Well, you know, my journey as a wrestling manager started with the journey as a wrestler. I started training in 1996 alongside my trainer, Johnny Rods, Tommy Dreamer, Big Vito, the Spanish Angel from the Baldies in ECW, helped train and trained with Matt Stryker. So the wrestling side of things was very important. Learning how to protect myself in the ring, learning how to quote-unquote protect others, and learning the motions of being a professional wrestler and what it is that they do. Because honestly, when you take the occupation of a sports entertainer, pro wrestler, you need to understand that there is a certain way that you have to maneuver yourself. And maneuvering yourself as a wrestler will catapult you into doing bigger things as a manager, as a referee, as a promoter, because you have an understanding of what it is that goes on in the ring from point A to point B.
So what do you think about when there's somebody who wants to start out saying, well, gosh, I don't really want to train and wrestle, I don't want to get hurt doing the bumps and stuff, but I still want to be a manager. Is there a place in wrestling for guys like that?
I mean, there's a place in the pro wrestling business for a lot of things. Being focused on what it is that you want to do, it starts with being in the ring. I can honestly tell you that. Most guys who come to me and say, hey, Nana, I just want to be a pro wrestler or I just want to be a manager, I tell them, well, you know what? Since you're new in the business, you want to learn everything, as many things as possible. And basically, when they take that advice, they take it to the next level, whether it's Evolve or this place or that place and Ring of Honor, and they implement it. And you work on that craft, whether it's the management or the wrestling ability, and then it grows and it blossoms until your true calling comes. And that's how it worked with me. You know, I was a wrestler first in Ring of Honor. People noticed my strengths, and we worked off of those strengths and built.
Talk about the balance between, as a manager, when you're trying to get yourself over, get your own character over, but at the same time taking any heat you're getting and deflecting it off onto your wrestler. Talk to me about that balance.
You know, you have to understand that, you know, there's eyes everywhere. There's eyes in the audience, there's eyes in the back, the eye of the camera. You have, you know, the bell keeper watching, you know, the referee. All these people are watching, and everyone has a role, per se, in putting on a great event, putting on a great match. So you never want to do too much out there. You want to always kind of like, you know, do what you do best and let the other guy do what he does best. So then this way the balance is there and no one gets their foot stepped on.
Speaking of stepping on toes, talk to me about this. Now, you've, I'm sure, worked plenty of shows where you're not the only manager. And as a manager, there's only a few things you can do. There's only a certain number of cards you can play when it comes to like getting your stuff in, as far as the choking, the tripping, this and that. Do you ever feel you have to communicate with other managers to say, hey, I'm doing the apron spot tonight, so don't do the apron spot in your match? Like, talk to me about that, like working with other managers in one show.
Well, you know, there's always, with me, I'm the senior manager. You know, when you know, me and Truth Martini, you know, with all the experience that we have. So most of the times, if there is someone else working, you know, or whatever, or something of that nature, I let them know, you know, what the deal is. Stay out of my way. You know what I mean? Stay out of my way. And basically that's it. You know, as far as like telling them what to, that's not how I work. You know what I mean? Everything is spontaneous. You have to know where you are at all times. And if you're communicating with people, make sure that the communication is there. All right? And I know I'm being very broad right now, but if anyone out there knows me, they know how serious I am about the pro wrestling business and keeping the jewels of the business locked down as key to what makes it so great.
So if you were approached by a young manager who's just starting out, what's the one piece of advice you would give that person just starting out?
Train. Train, 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 and train some more. If you're trying to be a real professional wrestler, then you need to work out on your body. You need to work out on your ability. You have to work on your cardio, and you have to learn, okay? I know you might have started at one pro wrestling company, but, you know, stay there, show your loyalty, build there, become a semi-star in that home federation, and then you have to grow, all right? You can't be stuck in the same pigeonhole for your whole career. You have to grow, you have to learn from other people, you have to go to the ROH seminar, you have to go to this seminar, you have to go to that seminar, learn from people, work in Chicago, work in New York City, work in Iowa, all over the place. Don't just stay in your little town and think that you're gonna have a refreshing career because of it. It just doesn't work that way.
And this applies to managers too, right?
That applies to everyone that's in the entertainment, wrestling business, okay? You need to be well-rounded and have experience in everything.
Prince Nana, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it.
Your podcast?
He asked me this now, what the name of my show is. It's Wrestling with Regret.
You know what? I actually was talking to a friend of mine about it. You guys do a good job over there. You really do. And bring me back on the show one time soon. Any of your people out there, if you want to follow Prince Nana and learn more about the lineage, about the greatness, go to my Twitter account, Prince King Nana. It's at Prince King Nana on Twitter, at Prince King Nana on Instagram, and Nana O Bando on Facebook. Have a good one, my friends.
I can't say it better myself. This is Brian Zane.
My check.
Yes, I'm sorry. It's coming to you right now. I'm getting a guy on it right now. I'm Brian Zane, and I'll see you next time.